last few days on the border, where Lebanon is sending stuff into the Zionist state. Can you imagine the hunger and what's going on in Lebanon right now? Lebanon has never faced this type of crisis. They are having it tough. And it's all based on the blockade for the U.S. And then last year they just celebrated the blowing up of that. They had all of those tons of munitions stored on the dock. Now I want you to imagine, they didn't say Israel blew it up because it would show that they was, but it's automatic. The Israelis blew it up and it was like an atomic explosion. I mean, it blast. I mean, it really, now it was insanity for them to have all of those explosives right there on the dock. It was pure insanity why they would do that, but they did it. Now that's the Lebanese government, that's not the Hezbollah. All right. So now I want you to look at Yemen and how they're doing, the poorest Arab country in the world, fighting the richest Arab country in the world. And they done held out 6 years, and ain't no signs of them saying, I quit. In fact, the signs is in the other way, that the Saudis is getting tired and running out of money and everything. And so if you take Yemen, then if you take Lebanon, they just gave a talk yesterday. Well, it would be yesterday for them, about the 2006 war with the Israelis. Okay, you can talk to anybody. There was only one person in the world that predicted exactly what was going to happen to them. That was us, 2006. We called it by name and hey man, okay, anyway. And now let's deal with the parent of all this, the Islamic Republic of Iran. There has been a blockade, not a blockade, there has been some type of fitna with Iran for 40 years. And Iran is still there. So if you take Yemen, if you take Iran, if you take Iraq, and let's add in Afghanistan. The longest war in American history is which war? The Afghan struggle. Now, this is talking about a champion getting old, being puffed, his eyes is puffed up, he can't see, right? And they're saying, throwing the towel, man. He's bleeding from every orifice. And he's still out there, swinging in the air, you know what I mean? Missing every blow. He's missing every blow. He's just out there in the ring almost like a Frankenstein, blind. And everybody, or his opponent, is easing up to him on this side, bam, hitting him in the eye. Bam, hitting him in the mouth, right? Hitting him with every combination. He's throwing powerful blows, but they all missing. This is the situation of the United States of America right now. The United States of America is like an old, out-of-date champion that whooped everybody. But that champion haven't had a victory in decades. You see what I mean? The champ hasn't had a clear victory in decades. The last clear victory he had was the Germans and the Japanese. And it was a war. World War I and World War II was handed to him on a silver platter. World War I, they fought from 1914 to 1917 before the U.S. came in. And the U.S. came in at the end of the war when everybody is tired and washed up. They done exhausted themselves. U.S. come in, throw a few punches, and bring the victory home. Everybody will tell you America won World War I. Right? That's what they say. And America gained in prominence. World War II come along. 1939 to 1941, the end of 1941, December 7th, when the Japanese attacked Pearl Harbor, right? December, there's no more days left, so technically it's almost 1942, right? They attacked the U.S. The U.S. comes into the war when? That's the same time Operation Barbarossa. You ever heard of that? No. Barbarossa. You ever heard of Barbarossa? The Russians? Yeah, when Russia, right, okay. Operation Barbarossa. In July of 1941, Germany broke the non-aggression pact with Russia. They attacked Russia. That was in the summer. They had, they just swooped over Russia. And you thought, hey. But then they got to Stalingrad. Things slowed down. Then they had, this was the greatest battle in World War II. No matter what anybody say. It was the greatest battle, the greatest loss of, and it was the most important battle. After Stalingrad, that's why we say from Stalingrad to Oakland. That's why we choose it. We'll get to that later. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care what their understanding is. Oakland is a knife in the heart of their struggle here. That's why we call it Stalingrad to Oakland. Because everything that happened in Stalingrad, that's what happened to them here. I'll give you a few examples. The Germans didn't plan for a long struggle. They didn't even bring winter uniforms. Why? And also, they didn't understand the size of Russia. They didn't even read the general history with doggone Napoleon. He came across that same space. Remember, 8 time zones, 8 or 9 time zones in Russia. So from the border to the big cities like Stalingrad and Moscow, they had, hey man, they covered that in little or no time, just ran over it. And then they got stuck. Then the winter came. Same thing as Napoleon, they just didn't read it. You know, they said, that ain't gonna bother us. We're mechanized. And we got the Luftwaffe. Everything that should have been a benefit for the Germans turned against them. Everything that was a benefit. Not only the distance, right? Not only the long supply route, which they can hit every day in Russia, so they can stop the trains coming. no antifreeze so that they don't, you can't, I don't know. What we call cold here is not the same as what Russia is. Russia is cold. I mean, it's serious cold. Machinery won't operate. Stalingrad, you know, the winter, we thought D-Day was the big thing. And they always taught us the longest day. And it was June 6, 1944, 18,000 ships or 24,000, some numbers, right? That's what we was taught. Nobody ever taught us about Stalingrad. Nobody ever taught us that 5 out of 6 Russians, out of 5 out of 6 Germans that was killed in World War II was killed by Russians. And I didn't know till 1962. I didn't even know about Zhukov. I happened to be in the hole at PSI, Preston School of Industry. And you know the way they bring old magazines? Somebody that want to help, they have stacks of magazines. The Newsweek and the Time magazines from all during World War II. No, they brought them. That's why, you know, like when I'm talking, you can tell that I done picked up on everything. I'm 18. They brought every one of Time magazines during World War II and set them out there. None of the other wanted to even read them. I took them all to myself. And Newsweek, all to myself. I didn't know who Zhukov was till I read the magazines. I said, Zhukov. And in that, they had hinted that was the baddest guy, you know, since French bread. This guy, right? Zhukov. Oh, we just heard about MacArthur Eisenhower and Patton. Patton was so bad, Patton was a sweetie pie compared to what they had to do. But let me get back to the point. We always have to keep score. We should always keep score. And we should look at what the teams are playing. Are they playing, is it a home court advantage? Right? How are they timing where? How's everything going with the team? Right? They call it esprit de corps, the spirit of the corps, right? When you look at all of that and you take the struggles that's going on now, like if you look in Yemen, things is going against Saudi Arabia. If you look at Lebanon, that right now with no money, no nothing, none of our allies are rolling in the big time. None of our allies, we don't say our allies, but none of those people. Whether it's Syria, right? They had counted Syria out several years ago. All of a sudden, here come Russia. The big reds, the big commies. That's what they was in Afghanistan. But they serving a purpose. You know what purpose they serving? They said, we used to sell weapons, what have you, to Libya. We signed off on that Libya thing. Look what you did. We ain't signing off on no more. Finished. Right? That's why the Russians didn't go along, hey, wait a minute, you said you was just going to throw a few rocks and you destroyed the whole thing, right? And you destroyed them buying our weapons because they always bought Russian weapons. You slaughtered our customer, and we need customers. We ain't got nothing up here. We got everything up here, we're just not using it. So therefore, always keep score. Keep score environmental circumstances, esprit de corps, general history, ancient and recent history. If they would have studied the ancient history of Russia, they would have known that these boys been kicking up some dust from time to time throughout history. You know, all right. Okay. So you have all of these environmental circumstances. So you have Yemen. Then you have Iran. You have Iraq. You have Syria, right? You have Lebanon. Look at all of those right now. Look at every one of them right now.